What's going on, guys? Coach Kevin here with the Inflow Wellness Academy, and today I want to give you guys a powerful tool that I provide for all of my clients here at the Academy. It's going to just be a joint-by-joint mobility routine that can be done in the morning, midday, during lunch, or in the evening before bed. I have seen more people get out of pain with this simple protocol than any form of soft tissue work that I've ever done in my life. I can't stress enough how important it is to make this a daily habit, to avoid injury, to avoid the onset of osteoarthritis or any other degenerative disease. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through it. Feel free to follow along, but I highly urge you to commit this to memory and to make this a daily habit every day, no matter what. I swear it will be the best, most life-changing thing you ever do. So without further ado, here we go. Alright guys, so I'm going to take you through that joint-by-joint mobility that I just talked to you about. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with a nice tall position. So toes pointed forward, shoulders back, chest out, tall through the spine, arms out, palms facing forward. Just kind of find this good, strong, sturdy position. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the neck here. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you tuck the chin. We're going to roll out, look towards our shoulder, pull that ear down. As we rotate, ear comes down, look towards that shoulder, and roll around. Pretend you have a pen on top of your head and trying to draw the biggest possible circle on the ceiling as you come through and around. And everything we do here, I want you to do between 3 and 5 reps. I'm only going to demonstrate with 1 to 2 reps just for time's sake, but I want you to do 3 to 5 reps depending on how long you have, either in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, or all 3. Which would be, the most beneficial, obviously. So we got the neck. Next, from here, we're going to go into the thoracic spine. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you grab your shoulders, arms across. We're going to tuck the chin. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze our glutes, and we're just going to round forward just through our thoracic spine. From here, I'm just going to rotate out, back, around, back, and down. So rotate, back, down, and around. So from here, squeeze the glutes forward, chin stays tucked the whole time, around, and then back. From there, we'll come out into the shoulders here. What we're going to do here, I'm going to come on my knees just so you can get all this in the camera. So tall kneeling position, one of my favorite positions. From here, shoulders back, thumb forward, we're just going to slowly come up. Once we get to the top, we're not going to let those ribs flare. We're going to keep them glued down, glutes stay tight, everything's nice and tight. Can't get any more range, I'm going to rotate that palm out. And as I come back, I'm going to continue to rotate. And I'm not going to let my body shift, so keep everything else nice and neutral. Right back, palm finishes facing backwards. From here, we go right into extension and bring it back around. Good, so I'll go a little bit quicker on the other side here. So nice tall position, up, thumb facing forward. Can't get any further, don't let those ribs flare, keep them glued down, rotate out, continue to rotate as we finish with the palm back. Palm comes back up and around and finish. Good. So down to the elbows here, what we're going to do is we're going to go knuckles together, thumbs up. We're going to press out, come down as if we're doing a curl, rotate back in. So up and out, down and in. We can go the other way, out, around, up, back. So full articulation to that elbow joint. On the wrists here, we're going to interlace the fingers, forearms come together. We're just going to roll those wrists. Good, so far we got the cervical, the neck, we got the thoracic spine, we got the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist. Now we'll go into the pelvis here. So what we're going to do here, very short movement. I just want you to get nice and tall. We're just going to tilt and tuck in our pelvis. So tilt it back, tuck it in. Tilt, tuck. So why this is so important is that it sets us up for so many movements, like a hinge or like a squat. So very important that we can articulate that pelvis with good positioning to set ourselves up for those other movements. So that was down to the pelvis. Now we'll go into the hip here. So what I'm going to have you do here is if you need to grab something, go ahead. If you don't, great. What we're going to do is we're going to plant through one leg as we slowly lift as high as we can without leaning, right? So I want to stay as neutral as possible. Again, it helps to have something to hold on to if you're trying to really fight for that neutrality. From here, if you want to work on the balance, don't grab something. I'm going to keep driving up. Once I can't get any more, I'm just going to rotate out. So what I'll do is once I'm up here, I'm going to rotate out, keeping my body as square as possible. Right back in. Out, back in. So we'll come up as high as we can, plant, keep everything else tight. From here, we're going out as far as we can, back in, trying to keep that height as high as we can through that rotation. Good. For the knee here, we're just going to elevate that hip just a little bit. From here, I'm just going to push my toes out with my toes facing forward a couple times. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to bring my toes in, and I'm going to bend that knee a couple times. From there, I'm going to bend that knee, or those toes out, and a couple times there. From there, you obviously do both sides. We're going to the ankle. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to point that toe like we're pressing the gas pedal, point those toes up to the shin. So push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. From there, we'll keep those toes up to the shin, and I want you just to scoop in and out, in and out. Good, so that takes us through everything. We got the neck, we got the thoracic, the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the pelvis, the hips, the knees, the ankles. To finish it off, what we'll do is we'll just go into a nice spinal roll here. So nice and tall. I'm going to start one vertebrae at a time. So I'm going to let that chin fall. Slowly round, feel each vertebrae as I come down nice and slow. Keep those legs locked, maybe a slight bend in them. Once we can't get any more range here, slowly unravel and roll back up. And open. From there, what we can do is we can just go into a couple of hinges with the reach. So push those hips back, again, back to that pelvis position. I'm going to tilt it, right? And then soft bend those knees. I'm just going to push my butt straight back as I reach. Find a nice stretch into those hamstrings. And then we'll get a nice little wider base from here. What we can do is we can go into a squat. So again, tilt that pelvis, bend the knees a little bit more here. Keep the chest up. A little more of a stretch, we can keep the arms up. And there you have it. So joint by joint mobility, we hit every joint. Once you get the hang of it, you can get it done in anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how many reps you do. So the more time you have, the more reps you should do. Your joints will appreciate it, your body will appreciate it, and your mind will appreciate it. So again, I can't stress enough how important it is to make this a habit if you want your body to run for a very long time. So there you guys have it. Thanks for tuning in. Later. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Stay up to date on our most recent content. We provide videos every week on how to become better, faster, stronger, more resilient. We offer how-to videos on things like kettlebells, body weight, soft tissue work, nutrition, mindset, everything you need to live a more optimal life. Go check us out at inflowacademy.com, on Facebook at Inflow Wellness Academy, and Instagram at Inflow Academy. If you're in the Plymouth, Michigan area, come check out our amazing facility where we offer private and semi-private training, yoga, massage therapy, durability classes, laser therapy, nutrition, supplementation guidance. We're getting ready to put an infrared sauna in here. It's going to be pretty awesome. You don't want to miss it if you're in the area. Thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, if you haven't clicked that awesome button down below in the corner to subscribe, do so, and we will give you some amazing actionable content on the weekly. So stay tuned. Thanks again. Find your flow. We'll see you soon.